The Coalition of Domestic Election Observers, CODEO, says the biometric voters registration exercise was satisfactory. This CODEO bases on findings gathered by its observers. The group confirms that majority of Ghanaian voters readily made themselves available for the exercise. Members of the coalition were briefing the media on findings of the nationwide biometric voters registration exercise organized earlier in the year.
With its core duty to observe elections and other exercises associated with general elections, CODEO, a civil society organization, has won the trust of many Ghanaians because its findings are backed by facts. To ensure that the biometric voters registration exercise was credible, CODEO comprehensively observed the entire exercise. A total number of 650 election observers were deployed across registration centers in all the 10 regions. After the process, findings indicated that the most common challenge was the malfunctioning of the equipment. CODEO reported that turnout for the main exercise was lower in rural areas because most of those eligible to do so were not properly informed. CODEO also found out that during the registration period, the identity of those being registered at some centers were not checked and eligibility to do so was not strictly adhered to. During the exhibition of the Provisional Voters Register, CODEO reported that most of the registers had incorrect details of some registered voters. Also, the observers recorded 22 incidents of minors having registered. For the pilot biometric voter registration and verification exercise, observers found out that the verification device was easy to operate. However, there were some isolated cases of rejected fingerprints at some centers. The co-chair of CODEO, Professor Miranda Greenstreet, said though some minors have been able to register, they should not vote on election day.
You may not know you are committing an offense, but if you know that you are under 18, just stay at home to prevent problems for you in the future.
The national coordinator of CODEO, Mr. John Lavey, said most minors who flouted the law and registered were able to do so because those who challenged their eligibility did not properly understand the criteria for registration.
If anybody can challenge you for not being qualified, they should go ahead. And that's why they allow the political parties to have agents there, all the other people in the country to challenge. All that was done, and people were not challenged enough. So some people went through. If you're not challenged, it means that we're able to go through. Then during the exhibition, they still gave us opportunity to look at the register that has been compiled. Do you still see people who are there who say they are 18 and above and you disagree? If you disagree, give reasons and get them out. That also happened. Only a few people were challenged or were gotten out. So finally we have a certified register, which means that now that is the legal document for our elections. It's been authenticated and signed off. So that is something that you cannot mess with unless you go to court.